Welcome back to 100 Days. So, as I mentioned in the last episode, I basically took a week away from this show. I spent some of my time with family and friends, but I also did a lot of work on a writing project, and during that time, some things went well, and some things went terribly. Exercise went really well. I managed to work out every single day. I went on quite a few runs, including one for 4.5 miles, even though it was really cold and there was snow on the ground.
It's cold.
And that's indicative of how my relationship with exercise has totally changed since the beginning of this project. Like, I remember when I first started, when I was jogging on my self-directed exercise days, I would always listen to music, and I would say to myself, okay, you only have 5 more songs to go until you'll be done. You only have 4 more songs to go and then you'll be done. You only have 3 more songs to go. But this week, that internal dialogue changed to, you get to spend 5 more songs running. Now exercise feels less like a chore to me and more like an opportunity. It's become a kind of consolation, and I think that change in my life will be sustainable. By the way, during writing breaks I also learned how to play ping pong against myself, but I don't know if I'm going to be continuing that. Point for me! So I was in Michigan for a few days before you got there, and I was working on the book that I'm trying to finish, and What?
You write books?
And I had a great time and ate fairly well, and I did exercise each day. And I will say, although we fell completely off the rails on the food side of things, once you and the rest of our friends came to Michigan for a few days with all the kids, we did exercise every day. We went on that great run, and then we jumped into the freezing cold Lake Michigan.
I remember jumping in and my head being like I felt like my head was gonna break, it was so cold.
I jumped in and initially I was like, this isn't so bad, but that lasted for about 1 to 3 seconds. And then I thought this might be my last mistake.
I'm trying to get out of the surf.
So cold.
It was hard.
Oh my God, that was horrible.
But then there's food, and I continue to have a problem with processed carbs, cookies, chips, granola bars, etc. And once I bend the rules I've been trying to follow, I tend to go completely off the rails and eat until I'm overly full. So like here you can see some food tracking I did on day 62 and day 63, and then you'll notice almost none between day 64 and day 67. Here's a few pictures from day 68, including blurry ones of beer and some half-eaten wings. And those last pictures best reflect how I was really eating. And the frustrating thing is that I just don't feel like I'm in control of these choices. I feel like something outside of me is deciding what I'm going to eat. Like I literally cannot choose to eat better. I am not generally a weak-willed person, but I just cannot seem to eat the way that I want to and the way that I know I need to if I want to be healthy. Honestly, it's really been infuriating, and it also helps me to understand why such a high percentage of people who try to make lasting changes in their diet fail to do so. For me, that night was the night where I was like, I've got to get a handle on this because I'm not doing a good job.
You know, the idea of sustainable changes is there's still gonna be special occasions where we do that. Like that was still an outlier to everything else.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
What I'm saying is you're still gonna have those outliers.
We had an awesome time. I'm glad that we didn't photograph it. I'm especially glad that we didn't photograph the 5 hours of karaoke that closed out the evening. But we had a great time, and sometimes I do think that like sometimes that's part of life.
John does an incredible Leonard Cohen karaoke.
I would do it for you now, but we cannot clear those rights.
I'm sure we can't clear the Leonard Cohen rights.
No. So when I got home, I reached out to our dietitian, Kim, and after talking things through with her, I want, in this last month of 100 days, to really recommit myself to this last piece of the health puzzle. I came up with 5 rules I want to live by because, in general, I'm kind of a rules-oriented person. Number 1, no processed carbs, except occasionally bread. Number 2, no more than 3 meals out per week. Other than that, it has to be food that Sarah and/or I made. Number 3, only healthy snacks with no added sugars. Number 4, no drinking alcohol at home, because I feel like alcohol weakens my resolve when it comes to processed carbs. And number 5, food tracking everything, no matter what. So these rules only exist because I believe they will work for me. Like dropping processed carbs or alcohol or added sugar from your diet may not be the right move for you, but they're the 5 guidelines I've formulated based on what I've learned about myself for the last 70 days. Another important thing I have to keep reminding myself of is that when I break these 5 rules, I shouldn't act like all is lost. Like, if I have a granola bar, that doesn't mean I might as well have 8 granola bars. And lastly, I'm gonna get rid of my cheat days or my non-tracking days because they're just not working for me. I don't plan them in advance, and I'm not someone who moderates effectively, so I don't end up making good choices. Again, I'm just trying to figure out what's gonna work for me. I am done with trying to figure out the best diet for humans in like the abstract sense. So that's my plan. Keep exercising, keep meditating 10 minutes per day, and follow food guidelines that are specific to me and my challenges. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, and I also want to say thank you for all of your support. I'll see you on day 71.
Oh, Michigan, the feelings forever.
We can't clear those rights, although I've never heard that song before.
I think Michigan, it's the Michigan tourist song. The guy who does the voiceover, the Tool Time from Home Improvement.
Tim. God, he used to be the most famous man in
I
America.
want to say Tim Robbins. It's not Tim Robbins.
Oh man, what's his name?
Huh?
Tim Allen.